Guys, welcome to the channel. If you're stopping in for the first time, hit that subscribe button. All the cool kids are doing it. And Cop just passed me while I'm vlogging and he's not turning around, so thank God for that. Hit that subscribe button. We want to see you be part of the team. Before we start on today's video, I want to touch base with you guys. I don't wear my seatbelt. I'm a grown person. It is my choice. Seatbelts save lives, and sometimes they don't. Q-tips make you go deaf, but your ears are still clean. Microwaves cause cancer, but your Hungry Jack's still warm, okay? Leave me alone. On to today's video. Thanks guys, I love you. Thank you for the support. If you're part of this team, I love you. If you're watching this for the first time, I love you. Hit the subscribe button and let's have some fun. Yes.
Okay, so you have the double single, touch fees only, one fry, and a medium 7-up.
Sounds good.
720 at that first window.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This drive-thru is like a maze.
I know.
I can't fit through with these wide wheels. They look good though, huh? Huh? They look good though.
Yeah.
That's all that counts. Alright man, thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, I never thought I would vlog food, but I figured since a lot of you don't know what In-N-Out is and it's so, well, some people think it's popular. This is what an In-N-Out meal looks like. And I gotta tell you, it's not as good as the hype. Alright, it's all gone. Gotta get some diesel and then we're gonna carry on with this video because it is always something. Of the video. What we're going to do is test a good radar detector or an expensive radar detector against a cheap radar detector. Our expensive one is going to be the Escort 360 Max. It MSRPs for like $650. You can get it on Amazon for about $530. Link will be in the description so you can see current pricing. The competitor is going to be a Radar Detectors 360 full band scanning, $16.99. So we'll see what happens. Let's get these unboxed. We'll start with the Challenger. This one claims to have the very latest global positioning, satellite features, and 360 coverage. Let's take a look. Comes with the unit, a very chintzy cigarette lighter, but it's kind of cool. It's got a push button on and off on the cigarette lighter. Some directions that are not in English, and a non-skid pad. That's all you get. As for the Escort, let's see. Oh, congratulations. Do not. Okay. Oh wow. So we get nice English instructions, and it comes in a very lovely pad with excuse me, not a pad, a very lovely case. Let's try to get this open one-handed. Okay, so once you open up the case, you got the unit, window suction mount, and power cable, and that's it. Now, that just made me realize the Chinese one doesn't actually come with a window mount. You've just gotta lay it on the... Anyway, so the Escort Max, let's compare size really quick. Obviously the Escort's a lot bigger. The display on the front is a lot bigger, and I kind of have a feeling I already know how this is going to go, but obviously we're going to see. So let's warp over to the truck and see what happens. Alright, here we are in the truck and we're going to get this started. So like I said, I have the Escort Max, and the reason I bought this is actually to test it out and replace the Valentine one. And the good thing is this power cable for the Valentine is also compatible with the Escort, so it should be a direct replacement. This will be in a separate video, but yeah, just a quick note there. I'm gonna get this changed out. Real quick, behind the scenes, these mirror mounts are actually really good. So this is the cable that connects my power mirror, and what you do is you buy this. It comes with a little splice there where you literally just push those 2 pins in. You don't have to cut anything. You zip tie it back in, put the plastic caps back on, and you're good to go. Alright guys, let me alleviate about 30% of the comments, and today, for you guys, I will wear a seat belt. Alright, so now what we're going to do is start the truck. I've got both of them plugged in. The cheap Chinese one is just sitting here on the dash because that's how it's designed. The Escort is up here where my Valentine 1 used to be. So let's see what happens.
Safety early warning radio system is booting up. Seated mode. Voice on.
That's already frustrating. So let's go for a drive here and see what we come up with. Now, as you guys know, I do have the Valentine 1 as well, and the reason I'm looking to change is in the city, the Valentine 1 gets a tremendous amount of false positives. There are settings, obviously, to avoid it, but it still happens a lot. And to update the Valentine 1, they want you to send it into them. They will update it and then send it back to you, which is a lot of work. Whereas the Escort, I believe you can update it either online. Here's the Valentine. You can either update it online or I think maybe through an app. Anyway, so why did I consider changing to the Escort? Well, the main thing I like about the Valentine is that it has the directional arrows, and the patent for that ran out for Valentine. So that now that the patent is out, the new Escort comes with it. So nothing yet. I'm gonna go through my gates here and we'll see if that creates any noise. Both of these radar detectors, both the Escort and the Chinese model, are both brand spanking new out of the box. You guys watched, I opened them both today. I haven't messed with any of the settings, haven't done anything. The Escort shows auto on the screen, and the Chinese one has just a T and a C lit up. I don't know what that means, but let's see. So the marketing for the Escort is that obviously they eliminated. So that's saying KA band, which is the policeman, and now it's gone. So probably that was the Chinese one. So probably the red light, maybe. We don't have red light cameras where I live, so it's not a camera, but it definitely obviously went off. The Valentine did not. I mean, excuse me, the Escort did not. Anyway, so the Escort is designed to eliminate a lot of those false positives. We're gonna go past another shopping center here that'll have doors. Let's see. Neither of them went off there. Which the Escort eliminates a lot of those false positives that you allegedly get, and it also has GPS built in, so it'll learn where those false positives are, whereas the Valentine requires an additional, I think you have to pair it with your phone, and then you have to be running it with your phone all the time, and it's just more than I want to do than a radar detector. I want it to sit there on my windshield and be quiet until there's a cop. I don't want to. I appreciate there's a lot of upgradability in the Valentine, and there's a lot of extra things you can buy, so you get a lot of information, and you plug your phone into it and it gives you all types of information. But like I said, I just want it to sit there and shut up until it beeps because there's a cop, which I'm hoping from other reviews I've seen, and the review that will be coming out on the Escort once I've driven with it for a little bit, is I'm hoping is how it turns out. So the Escort is giving me my speed. Oh, here we go again. This time it's saying K-band. I'm guessing it's going to be because of this shopping center. So we've been driving, what, 2 minutes? And we've already... Now it's telling me that there's KA band, which is what police police radar is. The Escort is quiet. This Chinese one, it says that it gives you 360 coverage, but it doesn't show you what direction the radar is coming from. So I don't know if it's trying to tell me it's in front of me, it's behind me. How do you? There we go. I don't know what I just did, but I didn't want to listen to that. There's no cop. Without actually having a radar gun, it's going to be hard to simulate without literally driving around until I find a cop and then hoping that he has his radar detector on. I don't know if I mentioned it or not yet, but the Escort is giving me a current speed that I'm traveling. I don't know how accurate it is or not, but it is trying. Next to where the speed on the Escort is displayed, it says 70 OSP, which I assume means over speed something maybe, or we'll see. It says 70 though, so if I go more than 70, let's see what happens. It'll do something.
Overspeed.
Yeah, fuck that. I gotta turn that off. I gotta turn that off. Alright, so we're on the highway. One of the things right off the bat that I do like about the Escort over the Valentine, at least, is the display. If you guys watched the video of Valentine, this display it's like dark red on black, and it's near impossible to see for me, and especially at night, because it gives you a small light that relates to what's going on. And like I said, it's almost impossible to see. Even during the day, I can't see it, and it's sitting right here next to me. Compared to these two, the Escort compared to the Chinese model, obviously the Chinese model is very rudimentary. It doesn't even have a windshield mount. It's got an analog light-up display, and yeah, it's just not very good. I do like that you can turn the power on and off from the button, but however the Escort, the power cable that it comes with, it does have a button as well. If you plug it into the cigarette lighter, okay, hold on, there's a cop up here, but it's a city cop, so they may not be running radar. If you plug it in with the cigarette lighter rather than hardwiring it, there is a silence button, you know, on the end of or a mute button on the end of the cigarette lighter, so you can mute it, you know, down at your cigarette lighter without having to reach up and mute it. But for me, reaching up and muting it isn't a big deal. I'm so used to doing it with the Valentine that. Okay, here we go. There's the Escort. It's telling me that there's X-band, which is not a cop, and it's telling me that it's giving me directions, saying that it's next to me here. Now, because it's X-band, it muted itself, which is one of the features that I've heard on other reviews. Now it's gone back off. So what it does is, I guess it tells you X-band and it gives you the alert, and then X and K are generally the bands that are not cops, and X and K are generally the bands that are not cops, and so that's why it gave me the alert, and then it muted itself down, because obviously X-band probably isn't a cop, which I like that. That's a good feature to have. I like that a lot. The Escort is customizable, so you can change things and change colors and alerts for each different thing, which I'm excited to do that on the full test. However, there's obviously no customization on this Chinese model at all. The other thing is with the Escort, it should, obviously because I just opened that, it is why it told me there was X-band there, but it should now learn that position and maybe 1 or 2 more times alert me to X-band, but then it should, if it operates as it says it does, it should learn itself that there is no, you know, that position, that GPS coordinate is a fixed, you know, signal and not a roving cop. So I'm glad we got them both to alert, at least. Not having much luck on the cop front, but obviously fit and finish wise, I mean, the Escort is unbeatable because it's in the $600 ballpark versus $1,699. You know, I don't think there's anybody surprised, which is built better, and like I said, just driving up a main street there, we got 3 false alarms from the Chinese radar detector versus none from the Escort. And the thing with radar detector is obviously it seems like a false alarm wouldn't be that big of a deal, but the thing is if, and this was my problem when I first got the Valentine, is when you're hearing false alarms all the time, you tend to just tune it out, or you tend to just go to mute it and not really even listen to it. So it kind of defeats the purpose of having a radar detector. I want it where I hear that tone, I want to react immediately because I know it's a genuine signal. The other thing with the Valentine, it comes with these really 2 cheesy windshield mounts, and half the time I get back to my truck and this thing's dangling by the cable. So not super thrilled with that, whereas the Escort comes with a very secure suction cup mount, comparatively. So I think we're gonna head back to the house. I know that wasn't like the craziest road trip we've ever been on, but I think we can kind of summarize that, you know, the $600 top of the line Escort is obviously gonna beat out you know, a $17 China knockoff. However, what I do want to touch on before we get back is the middle ground between these two. The Valentine is a great option as well. If this is, you know, if this didn't have the directional arrows, I would stick with the Valentine. But for me, after having the arrows, it's an absolute must, because just, you know, with this Chinese one, just to know that there's a radar, well, is it going the opposite way? Did he just pass? You know, it's good to know where it is and where it's coming from, and then you can watch where it moves to know that, you know, did it pass me going this way? Is he still behind me? Like, is he still in front of me? There's a lot of options. So there's a couple of other radar detectors that I'll go over in another video where I actually, you know, do a full review of the Escort. But you know, I would be looking at least in the $150 to $200 price range at a minimum, because that's where you're going to get something that's well built and quality, but still not a tremendous amount of money. I personally think, based on the money that you save by avoiding getting tickets, I personally think that you should get the best radar detector there is, but that's just me. I know not everybody has the means to spend $600 on a radar detector, and I totally understand that. So anyway, let me hear your comments and stuff below, guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And like I said, there is going to be a full review of the Escort coming out once I've driven with it for a couple of weeks. And until then, we'll see you next time.